Siema, witam was w kolejnej części The Stanley Parable. Dzisiaj zrobimy zakończenie z windą. Jeżeli się zastanawiacie co do poprzedniego odcinka, czy działo się później coś jeszcze innego po wyjściu z pokoju, to nie zauważyłem nic takiego, nie nagrywałem, ale widziałem, że nic się nie dzieje, więc możemy zacząć. Nie musicie się nad tym zastanawiać, chyba że coś przegapiłem, no ale to sorry. Nie wiem wszystkiego po prostu. Więc kontynuujmy.
Stanley wondered to himself.
Aha, czyli przez to, że troszeczkę gadałem, to teraz...
Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Czyli muszę... Ale trzeba być też z energią elektryczną, bo to... O. Coś kliknąłem i... Aha, czyli nic się więcej nie dzieje. Dobra, chodźmy dalej. Ale to nie wiem, może w końcu coś będzie się działo innego jeszcze. Przez to poprzednie zakończenie z
When
linią.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Czekajcie, teraz... Gdzie my musimy iść? W prawo, tak musimy iść.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
idzie tam,
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Bo jest piękne.
Wow.
Bueno.
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Mi się wydaje, że jakby troszeczkę inaczej mówił, ale nie jestem pewien.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nie, tam już byliśmy, więc teraz idziemy tutaj i
Stanley was
dokładnie.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I... no... Czyli tylko 1000 płaci.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me,
Ciekawe, kto nas
I'm
czeka.
asking for her.
Ja niestety wiem, kto nas czeka. Nie grałem, ale wiem.
Your chance to redeem yourself.
Ale nie wiem
To put
dokładnie, co
your
się
work
stanie.
aside.
Nie było,
To let
co
her
szykuję.
back into your life. She's been waiting.
Ona, czyli kto?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Podnieśmy, zobaczmy o co chodzi.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Mieszkamy też w domu numer 427.
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
O kurwa, co to jest?
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Nie wiem, czy chcę wejść do tego manekina.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Teraz się przestraszyłem. Siema, żonko.
This
Gdzie jest
is a
jakaś
very
kanapa?
sad story about the death
Tutaj.
of a man named Stanley.
Chodź. Chodź, maleńka. Muszę kliknąć i o...
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Okay.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Jezu, znowu mam włączony
Excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Czy on sobie teraz też wyobraża, że mam manekinową żonę? Nie mógł sobie wyobrazić normalnej żony? Nie ogarniam. A nie mógłby sobie wyobrazić, że manekinowa żona mu przyrządza obiad na przykład w tym momencie? Ja bym sobie tak wyobraził. Bym sobie wyobraził coś innego zamiast tego biurka. Nie wiem. Samochód.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Nice. Mam dzieci.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Aha, czyli może te guziki, które teraz się pojawiają, to tak naprawdę jakby powiedzmy on sobie to wszystko teraz wyobraża, ale to są i tak guziki, które musi naciskać w swojej prawdziwej robocie. Czyli siedzi przed monitorem, to wszystko sobie wyobraża, ale i tak musimy klikać guziki.
That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Aha, czyli muszę kliknąć guzik, żeby iść do pracy, ale mogę nie iść do pracy, czyli pewnie, żeby wygrać, musiałby wyłączyć grę. Albo... Czyli zakładam, że póki nie nacisnę, to się nic nie stanie. Patrzmy na zegarek. Ciekawe. Idę do roboty.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Okay,
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Czyli umieramy. I się zacięło. I restartuje się, czy... To jest czarny ekran, więc tak, restart. I wszędzie leżą teraz papierki.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nie mam pojęcia, co się dzieje. Czyli to było to zakończenie, tak?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Dobra, w takim wypadku zakończę tutaj ten odcinek i zaraz zacznę od razu w tym samym momencie następny i go później zaploduję, żeby nie były za długie i za duże pliki, więc na razie, dzięki. Jeżeli macie jakieś prośby czy tak dalej, no to piszcie. Na razie.